Hello there everybody, it's Sally here and it's time for Tuesday teaching tips. And as you can hear, I'm a little croaky this morning, so do excuse me if I suddenly have to grab a glass of water or have to stop quickly because I'm having a coughing fit, but I'll do my best. So today we're going to have a quick look at teaching duets, and this has been a request from a teacher, Annette, who has got two pupils who are going to be entering a local festival in the under 10 class. So first of all, thank you, Annette, for that really interesting question about how you can prepare pupils for that. And I think it's great that you actually are getting them playing duets together, because I think as pianists it's a very solitary thing, and we only really it's such fun to play with other people. It's one of my favourite things to do in music, whether it's playing with an orchestra or singing in a choir or playing ensemble music, including duets or chamber music. So really important thing that we feel part of the bigger picture and connected to other musicians. So obviously your two duettists are still quite young, under 10, and they're probably not used to playing with another pianist. And I think the first thing is to get them to play and breathe and be as if they were one person. Now, I think the simplest way to do that initially is to actually take something very simple like a 5-finger up and down passage like that, in the key possibly, excuse me, in the key of the piece that you're doing. I'm going to do it in C major. And then in turn they can count each other in. First of all, get them to count out loud. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And get them practicing their counting aloud as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. Off. 2, 3, 4. We often practice the start of things, but actually we're very neglectful about how we finish something as well. So the end has to be as practiced as the beginning, really. So they count aloud, take it in turns. You know, the lower player, the secondo, can count aloud and bring in the primo, and then they swap over and the primo has to lead the way. And then that should lead on to then counting in their head with the breathing now. So it's the bodily gesture that will bring the other player in. Take a little while to get that practiced, and you might have to model it a little bit. Don't try to explain it, just do it. Just say, just watch what I do. And obviously you're going to exaggerate it slightly more. The more attuned they become to each other, the less movement that you need. If you watch professionals, you know, they hardly anything moves at all. And they can give each other feedback, can't they, on how well they came in together, and then how well they play together, and how well they finish together. So instead of you telling them all the time, get them to give each other feedback. You know, marks out of 10. Oh, I like it. I've got some likes coming in. Keep them coming, please. That's very reassuring. Somebody's out there watching me. So get them to give each other feedback. Too often we are doing the feedback for our pupils, and actually we don't. I think we need to sit back far more. So that little 5-finger exercise, great for starting, breathing, counting, and also great for stopping, practicing 1, 2, 3, 4, off, and thinking, where does the note finish? Does it finish on 4, or actually does it keep going until the next 1? And I think you can also use that as a 5-finger exercise. So you've got 4 hands at the piano. And you know how one of the things with duet is who has the melody, how do you bring that melody out, how do you make the other parts subservient to that or sensitive to it. And of course the melody can wander around, can't it? Sometimes it's at the very top, sometimes you want to hear the bass line coming out, sometimes it's in the middle. And I love this idea, and I've picked this up from somebody else. It could well be my old piano teacher's course colleague Kathy Riley, so thank you Kathy, I think it probably was, that you play the 4 hands together just going up. Yeah, imagine there's another 2 hands playing like this. You get them doing that really well, and then they pass the melody like this. So my other hand is still playing, and then imagine we had another hand, and the other hands have to be sensitive, and finally So first of all, you do it like that with a nice little order that you go from one part to another part to another part. And then, of course, once they get sensitive to that, and that takes quite a bit of doing, but it's really good for their listening skills, you can get them then to have no particular order, and they just have to give way to each other. So one person plays loud, you decide who's going to be the starter, and they start off, and the other person has to decide when they want to take over, and the primo player, let's say, has to go quieter all of a sudden. And then the primo player decides, okay, my bottom hand's going to get louder. So they have to then start to listen to each other and respond to each other. So hopefully that's given you a few little tips. You know, starting and finishing, really important. Breathing together, really important. Take it away from the piece to begin with. I would really suggest passing the melody around the different parts. Having fun, like I was saying last week. Not getting too serious about it, but keeping it nice and light and energetic. Finally, I would say make sure they've practiced their performance. Get them to, or you video them themselves, and then get themselves to watch each other. Include the bowing in it, you know, who gets up first. All these little details really, really matter. And for children who are under 10, if it's their first time, you need to practice it all. You need to practice both the coming on, getting comfortable, starting off, finishing, bowing, smiling, enjoying, making music. So I hope that's been useful. Thank you, Annette, for that question. Do keep the questions coming, and I hope to not be quite so croaky for next week. Do come over to our Facebook page and keep liking us. Do sign up, go to our blog, get our regular blog. We had some giveaways last week because it was Mozart's 261st birthday, and there'll be more things coming up shortly. Okay, thanks a lot for watching. Bye for now.